What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are taking a look at the 2023 Chevrolet Silverado. This is a crew cab finished in red hot. It's a Trail Boss with the Duramax engine and Z71 package. We're gonna take a full look at what this off-road truck has to offer, which by the way, this comes with a factory 2-inch lift kit. Super cool to see that coming right out of Chevrolet's factory. So let's check out this Duramax. Opening the hood, you're gonna see a 3-liter inline 6-cylinder. Obviously it is a turbo diesel motor. This pumps out 305 horsepower with 495 pound-feet of torque. So it's gonna really give you that torque to be towing or doing whatever you are gonna want. With that, it actually is pretty economical. We've honestly been averaging like 26 mpg in this truck. So now if we take a look at the styling, I love when you hit the unlock button, you can see that amber color and it kind of glows a little bit, and then all the headlights turn on nicely. You can see the DRLs as well as those LED fog lights. But with that, you can see the Chevrolet logo, really good design overall. I like the black trim and then all this gloss black running through the grille. We get the blacked out Chevy bow tie and then a huge opening to allow a ton of cooling to the engine. Z71 badge and then more red trim. And I like the 3 slots you're gonna see in those LED fog lights. You also have a plug right here to warm the engine. Then you of course have your metal tow hooks and just a really good looking truck. The new gen Silverado, definitely a fantastic looking truck. And I love this hood. You get the massive Duramax logo and this really cool gloss black piece right in the center. Just gives it a little bit more road presence and has that bold design. If we take a look at the side now, we have a set of 18-inch wheels, finished off in gloss black, split 5-spoke, and a pretty aggressive off-road tire. So nice to see that. We have a sharp line around the wheel, and then a really cool line around this fender that goes towards these doors. Massive Z71 badge as you would expect. Then you have gloss black on the mirror caps and all gloss black around the windows with your gloss black door handles. You can also see a pretty sharp body line throughout the side profile, same with the lower portion. And being the crew cab short bed, it has a really good proportion all around. I think it's a nice truck, and you can tell it's lifted. You can just see that height to it. Down below, we also have a powder-coated set of running boards. They have a really aggressive design, good texture to them. And then at the bedside, you can see more sharp lines. Of course, you're gonna see that Trail Boss design for that sticker. And then you have LED taillights in back, then it integrated pretty well into the bedside. And then down below, I love the integration of that side step. You get the gloss black on it, integrated dual exhaust, then your trailer hitch with all the connections by the license plate. You get all of your badges back here, pretty nice sharp line on the bottom. And then my favorite feature is this tailgate. It is just so usable. This is Chevy's Multi-Flax Tail Gate. So you have 2 buttons on it, a backup camera, and an LED light. If I grab the bottom one, this is gonna open just like a traditional tailgate, nothing too fancy. However, you have a built-in bed extender. If you grab that and lift this up, this is gonna open and do a great job preventing items from falling back and just helping you keep whatever you put back here nice and secure. From here, you can reach down and grab the higher button, pressing it once, and it reveals a step. This is so useful. You can just step on here and easily climb in and out of the truck bed like nothing. It makes it just so easy to load and unload items. And then we have this hard cover as well. I can lift this up and fold it nicely. It's a pretty good, a really durable, heavy duty one as well. And if you get it all the way up, it has these foam stoppers just so it can rest on the glass. Only downside is you can't load a dirt bike or anything like that with it in this position. You got to take the bed cover off. However, it's just 2 bolts. But with it nicely and open, you can see the spray and bed liner and just how useful everything is. And you're also going to notice you do have quite a few different tow hooks all around it to secure anything inside. And we even get a grab handle, LED lights as well. This is the best bed tailgate combination in the game for sure. And another cool thing, you can just close it like this. And from here, you can even further use this. You can use it with lumber and stuff like that sticking out. That way it's a little bit more secure than with the tailgate down. And if you close this now, with it flat, you can use this as a workbench. Maybe you have a satellite laptop to do stuff on it. It is just so useful. I love how Chevy's done it. Only other downfall is you can't put this down in this orientation. So from here, you actually have to put it back up. You have to close this before you can actually open the tailgate again, which is kind of a downside. However, I really wouldn't use this handle all too much, but with that closed, tailgate really doesn't weigh much. We can easily close it. And the nice thing about the way this bed cover is designed, you don't have to be from the back. You can just kind of do it this way. It does weigh a good amount, as you can hear it slamming down, but from there it's nicely secured closed. So overall, I love the tailgate. I just love how easy it is. With that said, let's go ahead and take a look at the back seats. Being a crew cab, you have the full 4 doors. This one has a black interior. You can see some of this vinyl material, the wood trim and silver accents. Unfortunately, this LT has cloth in it, which you wouldn't expect. And then you do have storage on the back side of the front seats, USBs, air vents, and cup holders. And you can grab the seats themselves and lock them upwards. And it does give you a ton of storage space below the seats. You also have headrests that'll fold down, which is really good for driver visibility. And then hopping inside, this has a pretty good amount of interior space for the backseat passengers. At 5'11", I have so much legroom, a really good amount of headroom as well. This doesn't have anything fancy for the back glass. Again, this trim level, the LT really isn't all too fancy. I do feel like the seats are a little on the short side. My leg kind of sticks past it, and then there's no center armrest. So it's lacking a little bit back here. However, it's still good enough to put your kids in the back or just haul extra people if needed. But from here, we can check out the driver's seat now. You do have the button on the side if you want to lock and unlock it. And of course, we do get remote start for this Duramax engine. Same door panel that you saw in back, all of your window controls. Downside is you only have one that is automatic. All these other ones, you gotta hold the button up and down, which can get a little annoying. You have extra storage space, Z71 badge, and then the driver's seat is power operated, passenger is manual. So again, you have that fabric material, kind of a cool texture through it. Again, nothing too crazy fancy. I would love to see Trail Boss have its own interior. I think that would be a really good way to set it apart. But if I go ahead and hop inside and just press my foot on the brake, I love the animations that come up. And now I'll press the start button, get that diesel engine turning on, and then just slide the seat back just a little bit. But really nice interior for the new Silverado. I love the way it's designed. And then if you look at the gauge cluster, it's this full digital layout. And I really like how the gauge cluster is configurable. You can have more of a traditional design. I like the progressive one that it was on. You can also get a digital view and then even take everything out. So pretty cool the way everything's laid out. From here, you can also go left and right, see all sorts of different information that you're able to change in it. And then you can see more things all throughout the screen. So pretty configurable screen, really nice looking. Leather steering wheel, blacked out bow tie. You do get a heated steering wheel, all the cruise control settings, some Bluetooth controls. Radio and volume are on the back side of the steering wheel like you've seen before. Then we have these nice paddle shifters up top. And then on the far left side, you can see the turn signal stalk with different windshield wiper controls, 4-wheel drive selection, as well as your drive mode select. You just have the normal mode as well as the off-road mode. And then you can see all of your different headlights, the dome light for the bed, park and brake, and a little bit of gloss black trim. You do get storage up on top of the dash with a cool design with this synthetic leather rubber material with all the stitching. And if you press this button, we have a secondary glove box. Pretty useful for a phone or two. It's not crazy big, however, it is still really useful. Then we have the traditional glove box down below that. Moving to the center on the right side, you can have a few different things popping up. You can see music, the clock. You're also going to get a navigation screen that'll come up with the Google Maps. And then right in the center, you can see all of your climate controls in a touchscreen design, which is a really nice layout. We have our home screen as well, and you can adjust all sorts of different items. You can scroll left and right and see a few more things within the truck. Then you have all of your audio controls as you would expect. Navigation screen for a full screen, and I like how Google Maps, you can easily just use the voice activation to do a lot of different items. Phone integration and then trailer settings, of course, will also come up. If I go ahead and put the truck into reverse, you can see our backup camera, you can see the guidelines as well as adjusting the guidelines for better trailering. And just tapping the P button, we can go back into park. We have a manual home screen button as well as the volume on off, and then different toggles down below that. You can see the downhill assist. You also have traction control and hazards, tailgate, and then you have the auto start stop feature. Down below, we do get physical climate controls, which makes it pretty easy. You have a nice LCD screen to view your temperature, heated seats, all the different zones and fan speed, and then a lot of storage space all down below. Really practical truck. More storage on the sides, and then you even get wireless charging down below. If we open this up, we have a huge area with more storage, even more storage and different outlets inside. So it's a pretty useful truck, pretty nice looking interior overall, aside from the cloth seats, but I really like Chevy's new design. Up top, we just get your dome lights as well as the mirror, and then a pretty large set of sunshades. All right, so we are setting off now in the Trail Boss Duramax. Of course, actually, we're gonna start off on a little bit of a trail just to test out the all-terrain tires a little bit. Big truck to navigate little trails. However, any sort of dirt or something, this thing can do quite a lot, especially with four-wheel drive and the off-road mode. But the suspension definitely tackles bumps nicely. It's a pretty comfortable truck actually to be in. And if I just go back into normal mode, getting back up to some speed, the torque in this thing is pretty sweet. Right up to speed, super nicely. It's an effortless power plant. I really like it, and the 10 speed really does a good job delivering all that torque and power, and it makes it feel like just a normal, comfortable truck. If you're going up a steep hill or something, it's effortless. That's one thing I love with diesels, is that low-end power under 3,000. It can just do anything. As far as some normal things, you have a really good view out of the front with a huge windshield. The hood is massive. That gloss black section in the center that's raised, you can clearly see it. It does look pretty cool. It's nice and bulky. However, you still have a pretty good view. All the mirrors do a great job as well. And then visibility, as you would expect, is really nice over your left and right shoulder. I'm glad you can put those rear headrests down. That just makes it a lot better. The interior tech is really nice to use as well, and it's a pretty nice place to be. The tires, while they're great for off-road, and obviously you're buying the Trail Boss because you're probably gonna be tackling off-road circumstances, they're a little on the noisy side as far as road driving. We've been on the highway with this, things like that. You can hear them, not to say it's crazy annoying or anything like that. However, you are aware that you are on off-road tires. So that's one thing you're gonna notice with the Trail Boss. However, like I said, it's nothing too crazy. Brakes do a good job. This is a big truck. However, it comes down to a stop really well, and then getting back up to speed once again. I like the sound of the diesel as well. It just has that Duramax sound, and it's nice how you can get it in the 1500. You don't always have to step up to a 2500 to get a diesel. While it's a significantly different motor, of course, it still feels like it. Of course, with towing and things like that, if you max it out, I mean, you can tow a really good amount, and this is going to tow way better than a normal V8 or a twin turbo V6. So I think this honestly is a really cool engine option for those of you getting a 1500. However, you're going to use it for the utility. You know, if you're going to be on the job site with a truck like this and use it for the daily driving, the family stuff, this is a pretty versatile spec. But yeah, normal driving, you really can't complain. It's just kind of a normal truck. It's what you would expect a Silverado is going to be like. And with the 2-inch lift kit, I wouldn't say you crazy notice anything. However, you definitely feel like you're in a big truck. Passing that SUV right now, I mean, we are way above them. You definitely feel like you're in something big. And you can tell that by seeing how the front end is far away, that tailgate is kind of far away. This does have a pretty big footprint, so parking it and things like that, you're gonna have to get used to if you're not used to a larger truck. However, overall, I think it does come together to be a good riding truck on road and off-road, and just gives you all the muscle you'd want with an engine like this, and with the 4-wheel drive and drive mode capabilities for off-roading and things like that.